Stuart Nash wasn't the only police minister Chris Hipkins had to face awkward questions about today. Newshub wanted to know why a former police minister had used ram raid figures that were much lower than updated police numbers.
That former police minister was none other than the Prime Minister himself. And it comes barely a week after Te Whatu Ora was forced to admit the publication of inaccurate emergency department figures. Nick Trubridge reports.
A run-of-the-mill site in Auckland, CCTV footage obtained by Newshub shows a St Heliers shopfront smashed in last week before a stream of people enter and take off with the till. On the surface, it's a fairly black and white crime, but data surrounding ram raids is anything but clear. The police today admitting errors.
Definitely been a process issue that we acknowledge about how we've answered some questions, and that's been a process issue that we've identified and we've rectified.
50 in May, 37 in June and 42 in July.
When Chris Hipkins was Police Minister, his responses to written parliamentary questions said there were fewer ram raids than we now know occurred. Take the peak last August. The Minister's office reported 67. Data now shows 116. For September, 60 ram raids is now 85. October last year, cross out 26, make that 76 ram raids, nearly 3 times as many.
I know that there's a whole lot of written WPQs that have gone out at different times, and we're still working through the process to understand exactly the data set that those have been answered from.
That's because police use 2 different sets of data, one that simply tracks the number of ram raids and another to work out who meets specific criteria for protective measures like bollards or fog cannons. Police now have to make things a lot clearer.
Around the WPQs, that has definitely been a process issue that we need to improve.
Chris Hipkins' media team has continuously ignored Newshub's questions on the data issue. Today, he was forced to defer to, well, no one. Stuart Nash gone, no permanent successor in sight.
That will be a question for the Minister of Police, and as soon as we've got one, I'll tell you.
The PM and former police minister not keen to talk numbers.
You were the Minister of Police that released that data.
Yeah, and I haven't had a chance to have a look at the most recent update on that from the police. So.
Data disasters covering crime and health to major election issues in successive weeks. Nick Trubridge, Newshub.